Hello again, this is UML Operator. So yesterday I was in a client session going over a particular ecosystem for a major project that we're working on. And I had notes in my model and then later asked, how did I do that? Now, obviously, this is not the client's model. I can't share that for various reasons. But this e-commerce diagram example I've used in many of our sessions in this channel. So I'm going to focus on this block diagram here, and then I'm going to show how I take a note element, and notes, if you don't know, are over in common elements, doing a drag and drop one. So typically in UML, this is the shape of a note that you can add and that you can draw association to any element that you need to put a note on for collaboration reasons. Now I want to show where this note is that we just added. I'm going to hit Alt-G and I'm going to find it. It's in the e-commerce folder. It's a blank note. You don't want to delete it from the diagram if you want to get rid of it, because you'll notice in the database, in the browser, it's still here. So typically, let me undo and bring that back. Typically what I do is right click and then hit delete. All right, just wanted to turn this into a teaching moment. So creating these appearances is very simple. You can take a note item. I'm just going to choose this one here. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to mouse over appearance, and you'll notice in the pop-up menu, you have some selections. So standard is this. It's got the fold in the upper right. That's the standard look and feel or appearance. You can choose memo. You can choose a memo, which is going to put a pin on it. I'm going to right click on it again. You can choose pin, and let me resize this. So you get this pin at the top. You can right click on this, go mouse over appearance, sticky, which takes away the fold, gives a shadow or gradient effect at the top, may be interesting in certain views, and then paperclip. So put a paperclip on the note element. And I use these various appearances, let me take it back to pin, to represent specific notes, especially when we're doing solution architecture. So you can see here in these notes, I really am only using two appearance types, pin or paperclip. So, you can use these references, these appearances, any way you want. Pin means that we've agreed on the solution approach for the architecture. Paperclip means, hey, we clip this off to the side, we parking lot the item, we're still doing evaluations, RFP with vendors, and things like that. So that's what I use these notes appearances for, and that's how easy it is to do this with notes. All right, so we've talked about note elements and the appearance that you can choose just by selecting it, right-clicking, bring up this pop-up menu, and then choose the appearance. But let's look at class elements. So I'm going to have 4 of the exact same class elements, attributes and functions or operations, right? Let's right-click on this first one. Go to Appearance. I can enable custom draw. I can set an alternate image. And I talk about this in another video, if you remember. Go down here and choose a logo. There you go. I changed this into look like a logo, but it's the exact same class element. I'm going to undo, take it back. Let's right click on this again, go to Appearance, and let's enable info view. So when I do that, you can see that the attributes and the operation disappeared. Still there, it just disappeared. Now I have an element has rounded corners versus squared rectangle, and then it's got an icon that represents the shape of the class element, right? And that's all it has in it. Let's go to this one now. Right click on it, go to Appearance, enable info view. Now this one has notes in it, all right? Fictitious notes, Latin, but it has some notes in it. If I right click on this, let me go here. If I right click on this, go to Appearance, now info view properties is enabled. So by default, you see type, stereotype, icon, this square rectangle here, and notes. I can turn off notes. There's no notes. Now it looks like this. This one doesn't have notes. That's why it looks like that. Go back over here, appearance, mouse over, turn on the properties, go down, turn on notes, hit OK, notes are back. But there's more. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on this and we're going to go to info view. Let's turn on all of these. We want to see status, version, phase, who the author of the element is. Let's capitalize the name. You can see it's lowercase, right? So let's turn on tag values if there are any. Maintenance item, if there are any. If there's none, they're not going to show up. And let's apply the element color, the default color, all right? So I'm in OK. So now what we see is the name is all cap, the type is a class element, status is proposed, version and phase, who the author is. There is one tag value pertaining to level of effort, and here are the notes, right? Now, I had more than that I wanted to see in info view. But if they're not there, they're not going to show up, like maintenance items. Let's see, what else? That was pretty much it. I think I've got everything. Stereotype, let's do this. I'm going to double click on this. There's no stereotype. Let's add a stereotype. I am going to make it something simple. Server page. Hit OK. Hit OK. So now class element with stereotype is now showing up, right? So that's how you can change the appearance of the default look and feel of a UML element within Sparx Enterprise Architect. Now I've talked about custom draw in previous videos. We're going to enable custom draw style. Right now I've got the text going this way. You know, I can change that text any way that I want, top, left. I can come in and no rotation, take it back. So I cover how to move from elements, class elements that are populated with things like attributes, operations, signals, notes, and so on, all the way to custom drawing style. These are the exact same elements as these elements and these elements, right? These class elements in this block diagram. And I'll cover that more in detail in another video. So I hope this video has helped you understand, answer some questions on what you can do. Play around yourself. Make the elements work for you. That's the power of Sparx Enterprise Architect versus other drawing tools that just give you simple UML 1.x elements and drawing templates and things like that. You can do a lot more in Sparx Enterprise Architect. Thanks for watching. Click the like button down below. Let me know if this is content that you want to see. Otherwise, I don't see likes. You're not interested. I'll stop doing it, right? Comments down below, good or bad. Let me know what you're learning, what you think, and what you want to know. And I'll talk to you all later. Happy modeling.